Welcome into Fantasy AI. Moving on. Alright, let's get back in the computer room. Today we're going to look at wide receivers from Jamar Chase to Courtland Sutton. Let's see what we have on tap today looking at wide receivers. And first up, like I said, I'm going to go out through the top 10 by touchdown and go through by fantasy points so we know who the top 10 are. Then we're going to see how they did versus 2023. Did they decline or increase the total there? How the top 10 do versus the year before. And we're going to look at who were the top 10 and how the consensus rankings do picking them versus Fantasy AI. And then at the end, I'm going to fill my shorts. So let's get started. Let's get started tallying them up. Let's bring them out by touchdowns first. Top 10 wide receivers by touchdown. First up is number 10, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine. All right, Westbrook-Ikhine. Kind of a surprise here. Came in ranked 43rd. Missed games. And with just a touchdown machine there, 9 receiving touchdowns. All the man does was touchdowns. You can see on a bad passing team, they did have an easy schedule, though. You see that the 6th easiest schedule, and we thought we'd get a little bit more out of Will Levis, but we didn't. 30th ranked. You know, they'd benched him at times. You know, didn't have quite the year we hoped. So he comes in. That's kind of a surprise there at number 10. How about number 9? Another little surprise here, Rashard Bateman. Of course, doesn't hurt that the team's number 1 offense. That's a lot more to go around. But Rashard Bateman came in 30th. Wasn't even ranked in the top 60 receivers. Excuse me. You can see here 9 touchdowns, 756 yards. That's just huge for Bateman. We've been waiting for him to come on. He's in his 4th year, big 6'1". So good at the goal line. Good points for Rashard Bateman coming in at number 9. Let's look at number 8, Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison, hey, they were the 6th passing team, you can see here. Jordan Addison came in ranked 52nd on the year. Now, he had some lull trouble early on, so we weren't sure if he was going to get to play all year. But you can see he had 9 receiving touchdowns to go with 1 rushing touchdown. That brings him to 10. So Jordan Addison coming in with 10 touchdowns is pretty good. Number 2 on a team. And number 2 on a team, T. Higgins came in with 10 touchdowns. Well, it's always good when they're the number 1 team in passing. It's a good team to be on, to be number 2. You can see he finished 16th in fantasy finish. Came in ranked 20th there. I mean, we weren't sleeping on T. Higgins. He's got that big frame there. You can see here, heck, talk about that 6'4", 220. You can see he's big dude. He got the touchdowns, 10 touchdowns. And he missed all these games. Touchdown machine. He might be free agent next year. Oh, we'll see what they're going to do to try to keep him. That'll be interesting. All that free agency's coming up. That's what's going to be exciting. Stay tuned. Brian Thomas Jr. comes in with 10 touchdowns. Good rookie year. And next up, Justin Jefferson comes in with 10 touchdowns. Some good expected. Brian Thomas was expected, but Justin Jefferson surely is. Here's your top 4 in touchdowns. Mike Evans comes in with 11. Always there at the top with the touchdowns, isn't he? He came in pre-ranked 11th by the consensus, and you can see he missed that stretch of games in the middle too. You know, he still got 11 touchdowns. Now, wait a minute, you're talking Mike Evans, big frame, 6'5", 230 around the goal line. The 11 years, though, in the NFL, getting up there. Some people lay off, although people lay off because of that. So, we never know. Mike Evans comes in at number 4. Number 3 in touchdowns, Amon St. Brown. What can he say? One of the top receivers all year. Came in 12 touchdowns. Just great. See, he's 6 foot. He's a little bigger than you expect, I guess. All right, let's go next. We've got Terry McLaurin, number 2, with 13 touchdowns. Just a great year for him. You can see they ended up 17th passing, but the number team 7 in scoring. Now, a lot of that was on the back of Jaden Daniels. Just a superb year. You can see he finished 5th, but came in ranked 10th. But Terry McLaurin here Was there all year, had good points, 13 touchdowns. Just a touchdown machine, I guess, huh? And number 1 in touchdowns, of course, is Jamar Chase, 17 touchdowns. Just a great year for him. All right, there's the by touchdown. All right, now let's bring them out by fantasy points. Let's start with number 10, Courtland Sutton with 159 points for Denver. Denver had a kind of a surprise year. You can see he was ranked 43rd coming in. All right, preseason rankings. Finished 10th. Really did good this year. Hey, he 1,081 yards. Just enough to get him this $500,000 bonus. You can see here that says, hey, if he got 1,065 yards, he got an extra $500,000. Redid his contract before. We're too sure of him. Hey, he is in the final year of his contract. And you can see here, they also said that, hey, 75.5 PFF overall grade at a wide receiver, ranked just 32nd. Yet he was the 10th in scoring. They think he might be a better complementary piece. Be nice for Denver to get himself another receiver, have him too. Although this Vele came on a little bit, showed some stuff here, and of course Mims. But Bo Nix, we'll see if he can get charged back up for next year. But anyway, fantasy receiver 10 is Courtland Sutton, coming in at number 9. A lot of people had higher is CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb came in preseason ranked the second top receiver. Hey, he had a finish 9th here. Had some good points, 1,200 yards almost, 6 touchdowns. I think last year he had 17 touchdowns. So this 6 touchdowns is part of the downfall here. And, of course, you can see he played with an AC joint problem since week 9. Went ahead and missed the 2 last weeks once they were out of the playoffs. And, hey, he had that holdout at the beginning, remember? Let's start shooting him down the boards when he was holding out. Fortunately, we did. And nobody ever repeats as number 1. We know that. So, bring it on. How about Neighbors coming in at number 8? That's kind of a surprise. Some rookie lightning there. Hey, Malik Neighbors came in ranked 24th. I mean, we weren't overlooking one of the top receivers in the draft, So, I think he came in number 2, but in the draft. But number 1 here, he came in at 7 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. People thinking back. But anyway, Malik Neighbors had a good rookie year at number 8. Number 7, Mike Evans. Mike Evans always there. 167 points. You see that, Baker had him up to the number 3 passing team. Number 3 team offense altogether. Just a great year. Now that coach is moving on. We'll see how Tampa does next year. But the the offensive coordinator's moving on. So Baker Mayfield, though, had a good year. That just led more for Mike Evans. There coming in with 11 touchdowns. He missed those games. Of course, that was powered by Chris Godwin being out. Chris Godwin came on. Best egg since sliced bread, but then fell apart like he was injured here. So, all right, that's Mike Evans coming in at number 7. Number 6. A lot of anticipating for Drake London here at number 6. We thought, oh my gosh, with the addition of Kirk Cousins, that would really bring him up. And he came in ranked 15th. He had the 13th schedule, middle road schedule. And of course, you look at the team offense here, Kirk Cousins did bring him up. Number 5 team in passing. That really propelled Drake London to a great year. Look at that last game. So 1,270 yards, 9 touchdowns. Great year for him. And the addition of Kirk Cousins there helped. But next year it might be this Michael Penix Jr. He came on at the end. So how's that going to affect the passing game next year there in Atlanta? We'll have to see. That's what preseason's free agency and all that's about. So bringing up the number 5, Terry McLaurin, 187 points, number 5 for Washington. Of course, what helped spur him, of course, he came in ranked 30th. Not too much expect him because we didn't expect a lot of Washington. Finished number 7 here in team offense. All right, Jaden Daniels, kind of a surprise. He was ranked 10th coming in because of those legs. A lot of people doubted that, but hey, we had him ranked pretty high here too. Jaden Daniels came in at number 5. That just propelled Terry McLaurin up to number 5 receiver. Right? Hey, he's doing pretty good. 13 touchdowns. It's 6th year he's in. He's 6th year there. So, all right, let's move on to the top 4. Here's the top 4 in fantasy at wide receiver. Brian Thomas Jr., 197 points as a rookie. Right? Just came in ranked 38th in the preseason, got number 4. What a steal if you had him. And you started him all year. So 10 touchdowns, 1,280 yards was there. Great finish there those last few weeks. And part of that is the team offense was disappointing. 25th team offense, 24th in passing. Trevor Lawrence just couldn't get anything going. Came in ranked 26th at quarterback. Just stinky. Then he got hurt, but it's bad. So Brian Thomas overcame that. Now you had Christian Kirk. Where are you now? I mean, he got hurt, but even before then, was being overshadowed by the rookie. Gabe Davis. I don't even have Gabe Davis even in the top 3. Parker Washington came on and finished 3rd in receiving there. So Brian Thomas pretty well had the team to himself there. It looked like we thought it was a stacked team. Amon St. Brown comes in at number 3. No doubt here. One of the top offenses, number 2 team offense, top receiver on the offense. 13, that's pretty good. Look at that, solid games. You just went to him every week. Amon St. Brown. All right, and coming up next at number 2, Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, 213 points, always there. Hey, number 6 team in passing. People had their doubts about Sam Darnold coming in, finished 10th. Look at that, ranked 29th. I had no doubts. That's why I put Justin Jefferson up as one of my top receivers. And come through, number 2. Just there. Hey, now, how old is Justin Jefferson? Only 5th year, so this will be next year be his 6th. Let's not put him out to pasture. 6'1". You can see he's pretty big frame there. Had good points. So, and Jordan Addison there too. Sam Darnold, is he going to be the quarterback next year? They can bring that rookie back who got hurt. We'll see how it goes. And he was the number 2. And everybody knows who number 1 was. Let's bring out Jamar Chase. Coming in at 276 points. What's that, 120? Well, 110 anyway, 116 more than the 10th place. That's almost doubling him. You get 2 guys in one, Jamar Chase. Number 1 team in passing. Joe Burrow was the 4th fantasy quarterback. Had a tough schedule. Look at that schedule, 29. That's the little secret here. These guys had a tough schedule and still finished 22nd. Well, the team rushing 30th. Well, there's kind of the little hint there. They were all number 1 in passing, team 30th in rushing. So they kind of leaned into that passing game, didn't they? Had T. Higgins to go with him, too. So that was see how they do next year. See how it's coming up. But, hey, there you go. Your top 10 wide receivers by fantasy points. Congratulations, Jamar Chase. All right. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. All right, let's get it done. All right, let's take a look here for a second. We're going to look at the top 2024 top 10 receivers versus the 2023 top wide receivers. See, first of all, there was a 7.29 decline from 2023 to 2024. You can see there's over 150 points less combined. Jamar Chase, hey, that's on par, 276. CeeDee Lamb had 272. That's close, but we see here it really drops off kind of fast down into the 60s here. We had 90s and 80s over here. So you can see what quite the difference was. So we're down in receiving. What's that going to do next year? Where we're going to go with that? So receiving was down overall this year. And it meant more running. I mean, if there's a 7% decline in the receiver points, there's going to be a uptick in running points, right? Maybe the quarterbacks. All right, CeeDee Lamb went from the top down to the number 9th receiver. Almost 100 points and 110 points less on the season. So coming in, you can see every year we got a different leader at wide receiver. All right, you can see, I mean, I put in 2023, I put a Hill here, but the leader was the Cowboys. But so you can see, and this year's leader was Jamar Chase. So the point here is just because you get number 1 the year before doesn't mean you're going to be the top guy next year. By no means. We haven't ever repeated here in recent history. So what's that tell you about Jamar Chase? Next year, you're already thinking, hey, I'm going to be all over him. Look at that. He scored 60, 150 points more. Well, they don't always repeat. It's hard. Don't put your money there. They don't repeat. That's what we got on. How about Amon St. Brown? He returned to the top 10. Right where he was, number 3. Just a safe pick. He's just going to be a safe pick every year because that Detroit offense, unless something happens there. How about Mike Evans? Mike Evans stayed on the list. Missed some games, all those touchdowns, big frame. And Baker Mayfield, got to give him hats off there. He brought Mike Evans through. So there's your top. It looked like they got 30 of them. That's a 30% accuracy. All right, 30% of them return to the top 10. All right, that's not too surprising. So just because you were in the top 10 last year, don't mean you're going to be there next year. All right, what about rookies? Let's take a quick peek here. We had Puka Nacua, right, in 2023. Hey, 193 points. He was the rookie that made it. This year we had 2 rookies make the top 10, right? Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. This shouldn't be a surprise if you saw my Lightning Strikes Twice video. Rookie Lightning. Told you to get on these rookies. I picked Malik Neighbors as my top. Had Lad McConkey on the list too. These were my prospects when I was trying to pick the top receiver, and I missed it by just a little bit. Brian Thomas Jr. We got 2 rookies on there though, right? We had him on there, and hey, McConkey was just outside at 11. So what's this mean? Are we going to rookie Lightning again next year? Well, with 2 of them making the top 10, and McConkey right outside, that's 3 rookies in the top 11. Well, I think everybody else might be. We'll watch. If everybody else is getting on the rookie board, that might be when we back off. You know, because, hey, it's still hard to even pick which one it's going to be. So, speaking about, here's the top 10 wide receivers. Let's see how the consensus was able to pick 40%, 4 out of the top 10 last year. The consensus on picking the receivers. Let's see how they did this year. First up, Jamar Chase. They got that right. They had him 6th. Justin Jefferson, they got right. Amon St. Brown, they got right. So, pretty good. 4. CeeDee Lamb, they did 40% again this year. So, that's pretty good. 40% accuracy for them. How about, hey, Jamar Chase? This is how FantasyAI picked the top 10. I had Jamar Chase in there, Justin Jefferson, Amon St. Brown. I had him as well. Mike Evans, I had in the top 10. That's the difference there. And CeeDee Lamb. Of course, everybody had CeeDee Lamb. I wanted to move him down further, but I couldn't. Anyway, so I hit on 5. They hit 4, 40%. FantasyAI hit 50%. I had 5 out of 10. That's hard to do. You know, you'd think it'd be easier, but just so many moving parts to the NFL, isn't there? All right, so 2025, right? You're already looking ahead to next year. Puka Nacua. Hey, there's talk about Cooper Kupp being traded. So, Puka Nacua, now Stafford coming back. That's your big risk there. Is he going to be that back and healthy? How about Justin Jefferson next year? Just got all the... How about Jamar Chase returning? Now we're saying don't bet on that. I mean, hey, you don't want to shy away, obviously, but hey, what about Collins? So you're looking at who's going to be the guy next year. Remember, only 30%, 3 of the top 10 people return to the top 10 next year. It ain't a very good accuracy. So it's going to be hard to pick. We're going to go over them. Stick with us. We'll pick them through the year. All right. So guess what time it is? Time to fill my short. I'm going to fill my short. Go through a rapid repeat. Fantasy AI 2024 top 10 wide receivers a touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine comes in with 9 touchdowns. A little surprise there for Tennessee. Baltimore, Rashard Bateman comes in with 9 touchdowns for him. How about Jordan Addison coming in with 10 touchdowns? Added one at running. Ran one in. T. Higgins comes in with 10 touchdowns. And up next, Brian Thomas Jr. comes in with 10 touchdowns. Exciting rookie year for him. Number 5 is Justin Jefferson with 10 touchdowns. Always there, perennial. Mike Evans is always there with 11 touchdowns. Good year. Godwin went down, helped propel him. How about Amon-Ra St. Brown coming in with 12 touchdowns for Detroit? Good year for him. How about Terry McLaurin? Jaden Daniels helped surprise a lot of people and Terry McLaurin was benefit here at number 2 at receiving. And Jamar Chase with 17 touchdowns, tops on the list. Fantasy AI with your top 10 wide receiver at points. Cortland Sutton comes in at number 10. Bro Nix helped get him on the list, huh? CD Lamb, quite a fall from first place last year to number 9 this year. Dallas had some problems. Malik Neighbors, rookie lightning. Shades of OBJ in his rookie year comes in at number 8. Good year for him. Mike Evans comes in at number 7. Perennial there. Baker helped keep him on this. Kirk Cousins arrival helped get Drake London on the list here at number 6. Good year for him. Jaden Daniels' arrival got Terry McLaurin on the list here at number 5. Quarterbacks helping out these young receivers. How about Brian Thomas Jr.? Impressive rookie, 197 points. Great year for him. Amon St. Brown, always on the list. Great offense there in Detroit. Good offense in Minnesota for Justin Jefferson. Got him on the list. And top passing team, Jamar Chase, got him on the list. Great year for Cincinnati.